Big news coming in from the Indian camp. The Indian team a few hours back had landed in Chennai. They were seen practicing, etc., etc. And there is one thing that happened at the time that the Indian team players were coming out or the team bus for practice. There was no Rinku Singh. As the session progressed, Rinku Singh was nowhere to be seen. And what we're learning right now is that Rinku Singh, in fact, is not in Chennai right now because he's headed to Greater Noida. He's headed to Greater Noida because of a family emergency from very credible sources. What we're here at Sports Today picking up at the moment is that his father is perhaps on the ventilator. And what this means from an Indian team point of view is that you could not be having Rinku Singh for the crucial match against Zimbabwe. Remember, you're already under the cosh. We don't know the details as far as what Rinku Singh's exactly told the Indian team, but for now, we can tell you with surety that he is in Greater Noida. He's headed to the hospital. In fact, he will be spending some time with the family, seeing how things shape up. We don't know what the seriousness of the illness also is, but his father, as we understand, is on the ventilator, and of course, the player has every right to be with his family at this point. Yes, the Indian team requires him just as much, but nothing above certain things. No sport, no game, nothing above family, and it's one of those things that requires Rinku Singh to be with his family right now. We don't know whether he's going to make it in time for the Zimbabwe game or not, or in fact be back for the game against the West Indies as well. None of those things are known to us at this point. But from what we are picking up, at least the upcoming game against Zimbabwe on Thursday, the 26th, that it appears Rinku Singh will be missing. Now, what does it mean for the Indian team in that regard? Well, let's try and make the 11 without a Rinku Singh. There is an Akshar Patel that is on the bench. He should have played the previous match. I maintain that. But let's not go down what happened or what has already happened. Let's try and make an 11, keeping in mind this particular development that Rinku Singh will perhaps not be there for the Zimbabwe match. You don't have a lot of options. There is a Harshit Rana you could look at. There is an Akshar Patel who's your vice captain. So let's just go back to Akshar Patel, somebody who has already played a bunch of matches in this World Cup for you. In comes an Akshar Patel. I don't look at the Indian team having any other all-rounder or any other batter who can slot into that role. Sanju Samson could be another name that some people would want to introduce in this conversation. If you ask me, I am looking at only and only an Akshar Patel to be here, and perhaps Washington Sundar can do the batting for you, and he maintains his place now because Rinku Singh is not going to be there. But am I introducing a Sanju Samson over a Washington Sundar at number 7, number 8? I'm perhaps not comfortable doing that. Yes, I know Sanju Samson was told a few years back that he has to be the Indian team's finisher, and that story, we all know how that played out. Rinku Singh was then brought back. He was also shown the bench for quite some time. But then, as far as Sanju Samson is concerned, then you're not looking at him batting at 7 8 at this point. This is what I think. You should be going ahead with an Akshar Patel. Keep Washington Sundar at number 7, number 8. Perhaps he moves to number 8 and number 7, the spot where you would usually have Rinku Singh bat. You will be seeing an Akshar Patel, but I'm not comfortable having either a Harshit Rana over there or a Sanju Samson be batting at that particular position. That's as far as my 11 is concerned. And given the development that Rinku Singh, as we're picking up here at Sports Day, uh, is likely to miss the match against Zimbabwe. We still don't know whether or not he will make it in time for the match against the West Indies. But at this tough time for him and his family, let's give him privacy. Let's not try and hound him over here. We all, as fans, as people in the media, etc., etc., as stakeholders, we need to be sensible. We need to exercise some sort of we need to maintain some sort of distance as well in all of this. And yeah, let's just hope that that the team does well in his absence, and the family as well, including the player concerned, they get the strength and courage needed at this time to be able to fight out this difficult phase. It's very difficult. Imagine you playing for the country needs you just as much, but then there's your father who's on the ventilator, and then your mind and your energy and everything, everything just gets scrambled in your head, and then you're looking at your ailing father. Then we hope here at Sports Day that the family, as I said, gets to tide over this particular phase. And let's collectively wish Rinku's father a speedy recovery. I'll quickly just take a couple of comments. Giri123 says, Harshad bhai, thanks for the great content. Does this mean that Sundar is back once again? Oh God, I hope not. But as I said, I do have a feeling, Giri, that you are looking at Washington Sundar be there. He's anyway played a couple of games now. Nufi says you're keeping the same team, and he's not quite in agreement with what I'm saying over here. But that's what it is. I can't really say anything that doesn't make enough sense to me at this point. And Jitendra Rautela says that opportunity Shreyas for spin specialist or Jaiswal for solid opening. Oh, you can't. The players you're talking about again. You need to file for, and those replacements, by the way, are only injury replacements. You will then have to look at the ICC committee as well, whether the committee approves of that particular replacement or not. That's what Rahul, not Dravid's, also saying. Do we get a replacement from the ICC any other than injury? I don't think there is a provision for that. In fact, let me go ahead and check that. Let's see if I can do another video. But you're only allowed injury replacements, and yeah, in that scenario, it doesn't particularly come across as good news for the Indian team. Dhruv Sharma also has a comment, says that Gautam Gambhir's last tournament, well, if it's an early exit for the Indian team from the T20 World Cup, also if you have to look at what has been the case previously, in Test cricket with the Indian team, I have my doubts if Gautam Gambhir is going to be carrying on after a T20 World Cup early exit, and of course poor results as far as Test cricket is concerned. I'm getting some more news as well at the moment. Just allow me to just take a look at this. So what we're getting to know also is that Akshar Patel was benched in favor of Washington Sundar during the previous match, which obviously raised some alarm bells as far as fans and pundits are concerned. This is from where, Sunny, exactly?
Practice session.
Acha, this is from today's practice session. Sunny's just shared some information with me. Says that Akshar Patel was seen polishing his left arm spin skills for 30 minutes in the nets, and yeah, that just gives you an indication of what this team is now looking at as far as its plans going forward is concerned. I'm going to be taking your leave for the moment, and if there are any more updates to share in this regard, I'll be coming back live and joining you guys. For now, I'll take your leave. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.